Feng Shui, Science or Superstition. Introduction. The 5 factors that shape your life. On the internet, there is a popular saying that summarizes the factors that determine your life fortunes and misfortunes. It goes, 1 fate, 2 luck, 3 feng shui, for accumulated virtue, 5 reading. When most people hear this, they wonder just how much influence these 5 elements really have on their lives. Fate refers to the overarching fortune or misfortune that shapes your entire life. Generally speaking, fate cannot be changed. Luck refers to the fortunes or misfortunes of a particular period. Can be altered through effort and circumstance. As the saying goes, when luck is present, even the agile cat rivals the tiger. When luck departs, even the phoenix falls like a chicken. Among the remaining factors, Feng Shui holds a uniquely important position, second only to fate and luck. This is not mere speculation. Real-life examples abound. Consider the story of a company boss whose fortunes took a sharp turn after relocating his office from the 7th floor to the 8th. His desk faced the door directly, and his office door faced the staircase. The result? His luck plummeted. Because in Chinese culture, the phrase 7 goes up, 8 goes down evokes a sense of decline. A desk facing the door invites financial loss. And facing a staircase means everything, wealth, opportunity, flows downward and away. Then there is the tale of a property manager competing for a promotion. A rival installed a utility pole directly at his doorstep, what Feng Shui practitioners call ding xian bang, a pole that strikes down salary. The manager found his pre-existing heart condition suddenly worsening, effectively removing him from the competition. Similarly, another rival had decorative street lamps shaped like flower buds installed in front of his home, what Feng Shui calls Shuang gu dun ji, double mushroom stewing chicken, as if slowly braising him in a pot. Before long, this rival fell ill and could no longer contend for the position. Whether you have experienced such stories or simply heard them, they all fall under the broad umbrella of what we call feng shui in everyday life. What exactly is feng shui? I once conducted an interesting experiment on Baidu. I typed in feng shui and found that the first definition declared it to be a form of superstition. But when I scrolled further, the official explanation transformed entirely. A comprehensive science encompassing astronomy, geography, life sciences, physics, environmental landscape studies, psychology, and more. This contradiction is striking. How can one term be defined as both superstition and science? The answer lies in understanding what feng shui truly is. The proper scholarly name for feng shui is kanyu, kan meaning the ways of heaven, and yu meaning the ways of earth. So when did the term feng shui come into being? During the Jin Dynasty in China, a renowned divination master named Guopu wrote a text called Zhang Shu, the Book of Burial, which dealt with selecting burial sites. In it, he introduced a key principle. The deceased must possess living energy. According to Guopu, when a person dies, their energy does not simply vanish. It remains in the world, with the power to bless and protect descendants across generations. Therefore, this energy must be gathered and preserved. But this energy is elusive. As Guopu explained, energy disperses with the wind, but comes to rest by water. A gust of wind scatters it away, yet when it encounters water, it halts and accumulates. From this, ancient burial practices derived a guiding rule. Guide the dispersed so that it may gather. Keep the gathered so that it does not disperse. Thus the classical formulation, arsenal by water, sheltered from wind. It is from these twin concepts of wind and water that the practice takes its name. Feng Shui, Stripped to its essence, Feng Shui is simply the art of finding a good location, a place where the living thrive in vitality and where the buried protect their descendants' wealth, official success, longevity, and prosperity. Branches of Feng Shui, Yin Zhai and Yang Zhai. Over centuries, Feng Shui evolved into a vast scholarly discipline with several major branches. The two primary categories are Yin Zhai, Yin dwellings, burial sites, and Yang Zhai, Yang dwellings, living and working spaces. Yang Zhai itself encompasses multiple methodologies. Xing Fa, the selection of the broader geographic and topographic environment. Classical Feng Shui describes ideal terrain as the azure dragon winds and meanders, the white tiger is tamed and docile, the black tortoise bows its head, the vermilion bird faces inward. These four symbolic creatures represent the ideal configuration of directions. Elevated terrain to the north, open space to the south, and gently flowing water in front. Is this superstition or science? There is genuine climatological reasoning here. During winter in the northern hemisphere, cold northerly winds prevail. A dwelling on a south-facing slope, sheltered by mountains to the north, receives ample sunlight and stays warmer. This is basic environmental science dressed in traditional symbolism. LIFA, the fine-tuning and adjustment of the microenvironment within and around a structure. RIFA, selecting an auspicious date for construction, moving, or other significant events. Fusion FA, remediation and protective measures, placing objects such as mirrors, iron bagua symbols, or certain plants to counteract negative energy flows. Modern Feng Shui places its greatest emphasis on Yang Zhai. The layout of homes and workplaces, the placement of doors, kitchens, bathrooms, and bedrooms has become the central focus of contemporary Feng Shui practice. The three fundamental principles of Feng Shui. Feng Shui rests on three core principles. 1. Unity of heaven and humanity. This holds that the natural world and human beings are governed by the same underlying laws. Feng Shui maps the human body onto a dwelling. The terrain represents the body. Springs and watercourses are the blood vessels. Soil is the skin and flesh. Vegetation is the hair and pores. The house itself is clothing, and doors and windows are the conduits of breath. The microcosm of the home mirrors the macrocosm of the universe. 2. Balance of Yin and Yang. All phenomena contain two complementary aspects, dark and light, passive and active, internal and external. A harmonious space maintains proper equilibrium between these opposing forces. 3. The five elements and their interactions. The five elements, metal, wood, water, fire, earth, engage in cycles of mutual generation and mutual conquest. Generation cycle, metal, water, wood, fire, earth, and back to metal. Conquest cycle, metal conquers wood, wood conquers earth conquers water, water conquers fire, and fire conquers metal. These interactions are not always straightforward. There are also concepts of reverse generation and reverse conquest, where an element in excess produces the opposite of its normal effect. For instance, while metal normally conquers wood, a sharp axe fells a tree, an excess of hard wood can actually damage or blunt a metal tool. Similarly, while wood generates fire, too much wood can smother a fire by consuming all available oxygen. Beyond these core principles, a comprehensive study of Feng Shui also requires knowledge of the Hichu and Luoshu, Taiji and Liangyi, the three powers, the four symbols, the five elements, the 8 trigrams, the 9 palaces, the 12 earthly branches, the 24 solar terms, and more, all inscribed on the traditional Luopan compass. Historically, Feng Shui masters were considered among the elite professions, alongside key military strategists and advisors to rulers. Think of historical figures like Zhuge Liang, Lu Bowen, and Li Chunfeng, all renowned Feng Shui masters who also served as supreme advisors to emperors. Feng Shui in popular culture. Feng Shui has deeply permeated Chinese popular culture, appearing in literature, film, and television with remarkable frequency. In the Netflix series Trojan, one episode features a Feng Shui master assessing an office. He observes that the boss desk faces a staircase, a configuration considered highly unfavorable, and that the position of the entrance door directly channels energy into the boss's chair, a situation known as jiansha, arrow attack. The staircase depletes wealth, the arrow attack harms health. The boss immediately asks, "What should we do?" The Feng Shui master responds, "Relocate the desk and place a potted plant here to block the incoming energy." But here is the twist. In real life, most Feng Shui masters would first investigate the underlying cause, not simply prescribe a symptomatic solution. The fictional scene captures only the surface. The ancient text Yin Zhai contains many passages that demonstrate genuine concern for environmental harmony and sustainable relationships between humans and their surroundings. It describes how ancient people selected burial sites with great care, how they studied the directional flows of wind and water before burying their dead, seeking to avoid harming future generations. To treat Feng Shui as nothing more than superstition is to miss centuries of accumulated environmental wisdom. To conclude, in this discussion, we have explored the philosophical roots and practical principles of Feng Shui. The unity of heaven and humanity, the balance of yin and yang, the interactions of the five elements, the science behind terrain and climate, the refinement of internal space, and the art of timing. Whether or not you believe in its mystical dimensions, Feng Shui offers a genuine framework for understanding how our living and working environments shape our well-being. A perspective that modern environmental science continues to validate in unexpected ways. If you found this exploration valuable, do not forget to subscribe and leave your comments below. I am White Zura, the Taoist priest. Until next time, may your living spaces be harmonious and your fortunes ever bright.